Here comes the news of the week. The rising competition among dairy plants in Maharashtra has led to milk procurement rates reaching unsustainable levels of Rs 33.50 to Rs 34 per litre. The situation has put immense pressure on the industry, especially as product rates, particularly SMP, remain uncompetitive and unsuitable for current costing structures. In this challenging scenario, Sonai Dairy is left with no choice but to increase the basic milk procurement rate. Effective immediately from 1st January 25, the new rate will be Rs 30 per litre for milk with 3.5% fat and 8.5% SNF. This decision has been taken out of necessity to support our farmers and maintain stability despite the ongoing market constraints. We urge everyone in the industry to collaborate for sustainable and fair practices moving forward. The current subsidy of Rs 7 per litre may reduce in changed scenario but is tipped to be continued. Heritage Foods CEO Srideep and Keswan highlights that while the dairy industry is performing well, growth has been subdued due to a lack of price hikes. Typically, prices rise 4 to 5% annually, but in southern markets, prices have remained stable for 18 months. While this benefits consumers, the industry is relying solely on volume growth, leading to lower revenue growth this year. Rising costs, raw milk, labor, electricity and transport make price corrections inevitable. The FMCG sector is already witnessing 4 to 6% price hikes, and similar adjustments are expected soon in the dairy sector. Struggling with stubborn acne despite trying every skincare routine, it might be time to check your diet, specifically your dairy intake. Studies link dairy, especially low-fat and skim milk, to increased acne due to hormones like estrogen, testosterone and IGF-1, which boost skin oil production and clog pores. Dr. K. Kranti Verma of Renova Hospital notes that while not everyone who consumes dairy develops acne, it's worth reconsidering your intake. Full-fat milk poses a lower risk, while plant-based alternatives like almond or oat milk are hormone-free and acne-friendly options. India's dairy sector, the world's largest milk producer, has been fiercely protected to safeguard the livelihoods of 80 million farmers, many of whom are small and marginal. Since liberalizing its economy in 1991, India has resisted opening its dairy market to global players, despite pressures from nations like New Zealand and the EU during trade negotiations. With hefty 60% import duties and no tariff rate quotas, India shields its cooperative-driven dairy model from competition with highly subsidized and large-scale global dairy systems. This protectionism, however, has its costs. Failed trade deals such as the New Zealand FTA and prolonged negotiations with the EU and UK underscore the challenge of balancing sectoral protection with broader economic liberalization. Experts argue for gradual tariff reductions to make the sector competitive and accessible to all, while cautioning against exposing India's sustainable food and SME sectors to global competition prematurely. According to reports, about 82% of the Rs 931 crore wealth attributed to Naidu is on account of his wife Bhuvneshwari Nara's 24.37% stake in Heritage Foods Limited, the milk and dairy product retailer set up in 1992 and listed on bourses in 1994. Naidu notably does not own any shares in Heritage Foods Limited. Bhuvneshwari Nara's stake in Heritage Foods, worth Rs 763 crore, has been counted as Naidu's wealth in the ADR report. Explaining the context, Heritage Foods officials said the company is a pure play daily product retailer and not in any crony capitalist sector like infrastructure, according to PTI. Hilda, a Scottish dairy calf, represents a breakthrough in reducing methane emissions, a major greenhouse gas. Born through IVF, Hilda was bred using advanced technologies that combine DNA-based methane prediction, early egg extraction, and sex-sorted fertilization. This innovation accelerates the creation of low methane herds, potentially reducing emissions by 30% over 20 years. The Lang Hill herd, part of the world's longest-running livestock genetics project, has already achieved a 1% annual methane reduction through traditional selection. But this new techniques could enhance reductions by 50% annually. While the high cost of such breeding remains a challenge, Scaling up could be supported by financial incentives akin to those for electric vehicles.
Your attention please. You may unfasten your seatbelts and smoke if you wish. Breakfast will be served during flight. Thank you.
Non-vegetarian?
Vegetarian.
Sorry.
Can I have your packet of Amul butter, please?
What a sweet child. Here you are, darling.
Thank you. Excuse me.
Yes?
Can I have your packet of Amul butter, please?
What was I
Thank you.
saying?
Can I have your packet of Amul butter, please?
That?
Yeah, Amul butter, please. Thank you. Give me your Amul butter.
No.
Excuse me. Can I have your packet of Amul butter, please?
You're not allowed in here, baby. For Amul butter, some people don't know where to stop.
I'm telling, delicious. Amul.
Skim milk powder and butter stocks are expected to remain healthy in early 2025, supported by strong production during the winter flush season. However, these stocks could face depletion by mid-year if summer milk production falls short. The second half of 2025 might witness a boost in SMP exports driven by growing demand in international markets. A key recommendation to the dairy industry is to avoid speculative stockpiling, a mistake seen in March 23 and March 24 despite repeated warnings in our blogs. The industry must prioritize climatic conditions and market trends over speculative buying, which often leads to inefficiencies and financial risk. It is crucial for old SMP stocks to reach an optimal level. From an Indian context, maintaining a stock of around 3 to 3.5 lakh metric ton at the beginning of summer and approximately 1.5 lakh metric ton at the onset of the flush season serve as a prudent benchmark. This approach ensures sustainability while allowing stakeholders to maximize profits. Good summer may give impetus to more demand of fermented milk products, beverages and ice cream, thus leading to higher consumption of SMP as compared to last few years.